Before beginning the ceremony, we would like to acknowledge that we are meeting today on Treaty 1 lands, the original lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and on the homeland of the Red River Métis. We are gathered today to remember and commemorate all those who fought for and sacrificed their lives for our freedom, including those who were Métis and Indigenous, and especially those who came from our community. Nous tenons d'abord à souligner que nous nous trouvons sur le territoire visé par le traité numéro 1 et que les terres sur lesquelles nous sommes rassemblés font partie du territoire traditionnel du peuple Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota et Dene, et de la patrie de la nation métisse. Nous sommes rassemblés aujourd'hui pour se souvenir et pour commémorer les individus qui ont lutté et qui ont sacrifié leur vie pour notre liberté, incluant ceux qui étaient métis et autochtones et ceux qui sont de notre propre communauté. Joan Mackenzie and the CSSD Brass Ensemble will now perform O Canada.
Please join me as we sing our wonderful national anthem.
Good morning. I am Charmaine Bloomfield, one of your co-MCs.
Et je m'appelle Jonathan Belliard. Au nom du groupe de la Journée de souvenir de Saint-Norbert et du partenariat avec le Collège Saint-Norbert Collegiate, Merci de vous joindre à nous aujourd'hui.
Each year for the past 16 years on November 11th, we gather here at the Sanctuary Cemetery, whatever the weather, to remember 13 young people who once lived close to where we now stand, who gave up everything so that we could have a future.
Il y a plus d'un siècle, 13 jeunes hommes de cette petite communauté de Saint-Norbert ont quitté leur maison, leur famille et leur champ pour servir pendant la Première Guerre mondiale et ne sont jamais rentrés chez eux.
At that time, their community banded together to erect a memorial, this cenotaph, and had the names of these soldiers carved into the stones so that they would never be forgotten. Well, they almost were. 16 years ago, Arthur Bloomfield noticed a half-hidden, neglected monument as he walked his grandson to kindergarten at École Saint-Norbert.
Le monument était sale, il était couvert de lit. Quand il réalisait que les mots gravés dans le monument étaient des noms et que les dates étaient 1914 à 1918, il a compris.
When he read what was written on the monument, he realized that almost a century earlier, our community had pledged to remember 13 of our own. He also realized that this commitment had not been kept alive simply by carving it into stone.
Il a demandé l'aide d'un club de jardinage et du Eagles Club, d'innombrables bénévoles, des chefs communautaires et d'entreprises locales pour restaurer le cénotaphe à son état antérieur et commémorer les soldats.
With so much help, not only has the cenotaph been physically restored, but the community of St. Norbert has banded together once again to restore its significance and to honor our historic commitment.
Ce souvenir n'est pas quelque chose qui peut être fait par des pierres, ou par des mots, ou par des musées. Ce n'est pas quelque chose du passif.
Monuments can't remember. Only the living have the ability to remember. Each person here today has made the conscious decision to stop their lives and join their community in the act of remembering. This year marks a turning point in our tradition. It is the last year that Arthur and Wendy Bloomfield will be organizing the event.
Cela ne signifie pas que c'est la dernière année de la cérémonie du jour de souvenir de Saint-Norbert. Une communauté dynamique s'est construite autour du cénotaphe de Saint-Norbert, jeunes et vieux, avec des cultures, des croyances politiques et des langues différentes.
And thanks to the generous spirit of this community, several dedicated volunteers have stepped up to continue this tradition next year and for many years to come. Remembering is about looking back, and it is about looking around. None of us had the opportunity to know the people whose names are carved into this stone, but thanks to them, so many others who served, we all have the opportunity to know each other.
Au cours des 16 dernières années, notre communauté a choisi de se rassembler ici pour en apprendre davantage sur notre passé et sur chacun d'entre nous. Et j'espère que nous continuerons à le faire longtemps.
And so for now, as is our tradition, students from Collège Saint-Norbert Collegiate will read aloud the names of the 13 men whose names are engraved upon this cenotaph. The stone carries their names, but we, the community, carry their memories.
Private Francis Frank Cardinal. He was born on December the 30th, 1898, in St. Norbert and worked as a laborer. He enlisted in the 250th White Eagles Battalion in Winnipeg on March 30, 1917. He was killed in action in France by machine gun fire on August the 9th, 1918. He was 19 years old. He was awarded the British War Medal, the Victory Medal, and the Memorial Cross.
Private Arthur Carrière. He was born on May 13, 1893, in St. Adolphe, and worked as a farmer. He enlisted in the 1st Armored Regiment, Royal Canadian Dragoons, on January 11, 1918. He was killed in action in France by artillery fire on October 10, 1918. He was 25 years old. He is awarded the British War Medal, the Victory Medal, and the Memorial Cross.
Private Roger Chartrand. He was born on December 22nd, 1894, in St. Norbert and worked as a farmer. He enlisted in the 78th Battalion, Canadian Infantry, on March 29, 1916. He was killed in action in France during a gas and artillery bombardment on January 31st, 1918. He was 23 years old. He was awarded the British War Medal, the Victory Medal, and the Memorial Cross.
Private William Richardson Fenton. He was born on June 1st, 1893 in Brown Hill, Ontario. He worked as a farmer. He enlisted in the Princess Patricia's Canadian Light Infantry on December 22nd, 1914. He was presumed killed in action on June 4th, 1916 in Belgium, but there is no known grave. He was 23 years old. He was awarded the 1914-1915 Star, the British War Medal, the Victory Medal, and the Memorial Cross.
Private Joseph Frobisher. He was born on December 1st, 1888 in St. Norbert. He worked as a teamster and was married. He enlisted in the 78th Battalion, Canadian Infantry on September 13, 1916. He survived the war, but died of pneumonia in France on November 19, 1918. Just 1 week after the armistice, he was 30 years old. He was awarded the British War Medal, the Victory Medal, and the Memorial Cross. Private Alfred Lalibert. He was born on December 25, 1880 in St. Norbert and worked as a driver. He enlisted in the 2nd Battalion, Canadian Infantry, on September 27, 1915. He was killed in action in France on October 6, 1916. He was 34 years old. He was awarded the British War Medal, the Victory Medal, and the Memorial Cross.
Louis Lemar, soldat de deuxième classe. He was born on August 28, 1887, in Charlier, Loire, France. He was conscripted in the French Army in March 1907. He was discharged and immigrated to Canada, where he became a teacher in St. Norbert. He was recalled to the French Army on August 15, 1914, and served with the 120e Régiment d'Infanterie. He was killed in action in Belgium on March 5, 1915. He was 27 years old. His service awards are unknown.
Private James Norman. He was born on January 4, 1896, in St. Norbert, and worked as a farmer. He enlisted in the 8th Battalion, Canadian Infantry, on April 4, 1916. He was killed in action by poison gas in France on February 15, 1918. He was 22 years old. He was awarded the British War Medal and the Victory Medal.
Private Joseph Albert Ryan. He was born on August 16, 1894 in St. Boniface. He later worked as a farmer. He enlisted in the 78th Battalion, Canadian Infantry on March 29, 1916. He was killed in action in Belgium on October 30, 1917. He was 23 years old. He was awarded the British War Medal and the Victory Medal.
Private Michael Ernest Ryan, brother of Joseph Albert Ryan. He was born on August 21st, 1895 in St. Boniface. He later worked as a farmer. He enlisted in the 14th Battalion, Canadian Infantry on April 18th, 1916.
He was killed in action in France on August 9th, 1918. He was 23 years old. Like his brother, he was awarded the British War Medal and the Victory Medal.
Private Alfred Taylor. He was born on November 15, 1894 in London, England. He worked as a farmer. He enlisted in the 46th Battalion, Canadian Infantry on March 31, 1916. He was killed in action in France on September 2, 1918. He was 24 years old. He was awarded the British War Medal, the Victory Medal, and the Royal Cross.
Private Alfred Oliver Lord. He was born on March 17, 1890, in St. Norbert and worked as a carpenter. He enlisted in the 21st Company Canadian Forestry Corps on January 31, 1917. He died of pneumonia in France on October 28, 1918. He was 28 years old. He was awarded the British War Medal and the Victory Medal.
Jules Elisee Sewald, soldat de deuxième classe. He was born on September 18, 1885 in Saint-Brieuc, Côte du Nord, France. He was conscripted into the French army on May 26, 1905. He was later discharged and immigrated to Canada in 1914. He married and worked as a gardener. He was recalled to the French army on August 2, 1914, and served with the 2e Régiment d'Infanterie Coloniale. He was killed in action in France on November 30, 1914. He was 29 years old. His service awards are unknown.
Bill Younger will now do the act of remembrance.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, not the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. Response, we will remember them.
We will now observe 2 minutes of silence. And now we're going to hear In Flanders Fields by recited by Katie Albert and Jasmine Wheeler in French and by Cale Cochran in English.
Au champ d'honneur.
Au champ d'honneur, les coquelicots sont parsemés de long en long auprès du croix, et dans l'espace, les alouettes divinent las mêlant leur chant au sifflement des obusiers.
Nous sommes morts, nous qui songions la veille encore. À nos parents, à nos amis, c'est nous qui reposons ici, au champ d'honneur.
À vous, jeunes désabusés, à vous de porter l'oriflamme et de garder au fond de l'âme le goût de vivre en liberté.
Acceptez le défi, sinon les coquelicots se faneront au champ d'honneur.
In Flanders fields, the poppies blow between the crosses row on row that mark our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely singing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead, short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from failing hands we throw the torch, be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep through poppies grow in Flanders fields.
CSNC student Emma Tijek will now recite the commitment to remember.
They were young as we are young. They served, giving freely of themselves. To them we pledge, amid the winds of time, to carry their torch and never forget. We will remember them. We will remember them.
And now we will hear Carry the Light by the CSNC Concert Choir, a tribute to our veterans.
Simon Laplante will now pay tribute to Francophone veterans.
Aujourd'hui, nous prenons le temps de nous souvenir et d'apprécier la valeur du sacrifice de nos vétérans. En particulier, il est important de nous souvenir que nombreux sont les vétérans issus de la francophonie canadienne. Ces vétérans francophones ont su prouver leur courage et leur valeur sur de nombreux champs de bataille. Dans le contexte canadien, où nos communautés francophones sont minoritaires, le sacrifice de ces hommes et femmes prend d'autant d'ampleur car l'impact de leur sacrifice se fait sentir à travers le village, voire toute la communauté. Prenons le temps aujourd'hui de nous souvenir non seulement de nos vétérans francophones, mais aussi de tous nos vétérans qui, épaule contre épaule, quelle que soit leur culture, religion ou langue, ont choisi de défendre nos droits, libertés et responsabilités au péril de leur vie.
And Caitlin Clark will be paying tribute to the Métis veterans.
Bu matin, ne mi attend, et wapamatik anach. In my chief, I tried to say, good morning, it's lovely to see you all. My name is Caitlin Clark, and I'm honored to bring greetings as a youth representative of the St. Norbert Parish Le Barrier Métis Council, a grassroots local of the Manitoba Métis Federation. We gather today on Treaty 1 territory and on the national homeland of the Red River Métis. St. Norbert is a place with deep Métis roots. Métis families settled here, gathered here, organized their bison hunts here, and it is here that Laura Riel and other leaders formed the National Committee of the Métis Nation. This community has always known what it means to stand together and to defend what matters. Today, we remember all who served and sacrificed so that we may live in peace and freedom. We think of those who served in the world wars, in Korea, in Afghanistan, and in peace missions around the world. But remembering is not only about the past, it is also about honoring those who serve today, including my own cousin, Warrant Officer Nickel, who proudly serves in the Royal Canadian Air Force. For Indigenous peoples, First Nations, Métis, and Inuit, service and sacrifice have deep roots. Thousands enlisted at a time when they were not even recognized as Canadian citizens. For the Métis, it is difficult to know how many served because the military records did not identify Métis soldiers. They were recorded as status First Nation or by their European ancestry. Yet the skills of the Métis were in high demand. Their experience as hunters, marksmen, snipers, trackers, scouts, guides, and protectors of the land saved lives on the front lines. Indigenous language speakers carried coded messages that could not be deciphered and helped turn the tide of the war. And yet, when Indigenous veterans returned home, they were not treated with the same honor or benefits as others. They were denied compensation and they were excluded from recognition. Some First Nation veterans even lost their status because they had been away from their community too long while serving. The sacrifice of Indigenous veterans was real, but their recognition came too late. That is why November 8th is Indigenous Veterans Day. It does not replace or supersede Remembrance Day. It strengthens Veterans Week and ensures that the service of Indigenous veterans is recognized fully and respectfully. It is another day to say clearly, we remember you, we honor you, and we will not forget you. Today, let us remember with gratitude, not only with silence, but with understanding, not only with ceremony, but with commitment to share their stories, acknowledge our shared histories, carry their legacy forward, and ensure they are not forgotten. Lest we forget. Kichi Marci.
we will now present the laying of the wreaths.
Accompanied by SNC's brass ensemble. On behalf of the Government of Canada, Member of Parliament for Winnipeg South, Terry Duguid.
On behalf of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, Sergeant Paul Manaika.
On behalf of the Royal Canadian Navy, HMCS Chippewa, Sailor First Class Emmanuel Pehe, and Sailor Second Class Ian Ordonez.
On behalf of the Canadian Army Fort Garry Horse, Corporal Barbeau and Trooper Caballero.
On behalf of the Royal Canadian Air Force, Major Hope and Master Warrant Balsila.
On behalf of the National Métis Veterans Association, CSNC student Sam White.
On behalf of the Métis veterans, Deb Degrees Clark.
On behalf of the St. Norbert Veterans Memorial Association, Art Bloomfield.
On behalf of the province of Manitoba, Billy Cross, the MLA for St. River.
On behalf of the St. Norbert Parish La Barrière Métis Council, Caitlin Clark.
On behalf of the City of Winnipeg, St. River Councillor Marcus Chambers and Waverley Councillor Janice Lukes.
On behalf of the Winnipeg Police Service, Constable Dirk Creighton and Constable Remy Aller.
On behalf of the business community, John Thompson with his sons Jude and Grady from the Medicine Shop.
On behalf of the education community in St. Norbert, Superintendent of St. River School Division Colin Campbell, Principal of Collège St. Norbert Collegiate Kaylee Seifert, and Vice Principals Joanne Lecomte and Jeff Enns.
And on behalf of Division Scolaire Franco-Manitobaine, Yolande Dupuis. On behalf of the St. Norbert Knights of Columbus, Gilbert Hintz.
On behalf of the Eagles Club, area number 3870, Claude Fouillard.
On behalf of the South Winnipeg Lions, Kevin Gamble.
On behalf of Pembina Active Living, Fred and Adam Pennell.
On behalf of the Girl Guides of Canada, Suzanne Wiley.
And in memory of the 13 fallen men recognized on this cenotaph, cousin of Richard Fenton, Harlan Capstick, great-granddaughter of Jules Sewald, Monique Sewald, and her son Olivier and daughter Samantha, cousin of James Normand, Deb Degrees Clark, and cousin of Arthur Carrière, Tony Rogest.
And that concludes our ceremony. Thank you all very much for being part of this today. Special thanks to the volunteers who have made this all happen.
And thank you to Michael O'Haley, Ewan McCauley, Piper Mark O'Rourke, Jane Adamanchuk, and Emma Diduke.
These were some of the people who did the very difficult music that goes along with the Remembrance Day, so thank you to them. We will all be going back to the Eagles Club up on Pembina, just for some light dainties and to just talk to each other. You're all welcome to come. If you do go there, they've opened up an extra parking lot at the back, on the northwest side, I believe. So there's parking there, and hopefully we will see you all there. Hopefully we will see you all next year.